So I've made a few videos on Satisfactory. By the way, hello, I'm Grahtles and welcome to my channel. So if you're here because you want a beginner's tutorial, you just got the game, you have no idea how to start, and I did what is Satisfactory, but I've never really done a complete in-game tutorial. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing you got is this screen right here. You have options very easily. It's gameplay options. You can turn creatures, hostile, retaliative, passive. I keep it on default. I want to fight them. And you have other options as well. You have your video options, whether you have a better computer or not. You might want to change some of those. Your audio, I always keep it probably around the master volume, 50 maybe. It's loud enough for me. And then you have your controls. You can change your key bindings. Your user interface. You have a lot of freedom with this stuff. So that's, it's awesome. So anyway, I'm just going to hit apply, confirm. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to hit new game. So I got 4 options to start, but before I do any of this, I'm going to go to advanced settings. So let's confirm that. Now this will let you go into sandbox mode, so you can actually play and build and get familiar with some of the buildings, or you could just leave it alone and play as its, regular game. Here you got your progression. You can skip onboarding. I like to skip onboarding. I did onboarding, I think, my first game. It's very nice the first time you've ever played to keep your onboarding on so you can get the full experience. But after that, it just gets repetitive. Creatures. This is for people that are deathly afraid of spiders and you want to turn them off. So I'm going to turn it off. I don't want to trigger anybody. And I'm going to apply that. And then I also want to show you in gameplay that down in here we have a mod for spiders. And it gives you like a little cat PNG. But if you are really triggered by spiders, their carcass after they die still looks like a spider. So if it bothers you, don't even put spiders on. So anyway, I'm going to go back and we're going to just name it and then you could pick it. So we'll just name it tutorial. There we go. So we got grassy fields, we have rocky desert, we have northern forest, and we have dune desert. These two are probably experienced and advanced pioneers, and what they mean by that is, I had to ask my friend, Jemson, by the way, he makes good stuff. Go to his channel, I'll put a link in the description. I asked him why these two, especially this one, Grassy Fields, has no pure nodes, and how is that an easier start place? I mean, you get maybe a little bit softer alien creatures and stuff, but not crazy, But there's no pure nodes, and it's because he said they like to start you down on normal nodes and impure nodes, and if you have no idea what nodes are, I'll explain when we get a little further, but it's easier to break down sort of the math if you want to get more logistic and more efficient with your builds. But overall, my favorite place to start is Northern Forest. I'm very comfortable with it. But because you guys are here because you're beginners, we're going to start in the beginners area. So let's go ahead, and if I click here, enable the skip onboarding process and start the game at tier 1, we're going to do that as well. Here we have it all set up and we're going to hit start. Alright, here we are. Now if you hit tab, it's going to show you what you have in your inventory. If you onboarded, you would get dropped by a pod, and once you get off that pod, you would dismantle it. And how you would dismantle it is F. This is your dismantle tool. Anything you set up, you can dismantle with this tool. If you hit Q, those are build materials, so you can build your productives, power, logistics. Right now, we're not even close to this stage, so we're just going to get out of there. You have your W, S, A, and D. That's how you move. If you hold shift, as you walk forward, you walk a little faster, and I just fell off a cliff. If you fall from high spaces, you do take damage. These are leaves, and you can press E to pick up the leaves. If you press E on a plant and hold it down, it'll continue to pick up as you move. So you don't have to continuously hit E, you could just hold it, which is very handy. Next, here's some berries. Those are good for eating when you need to get your health back up, like when you fall off a cliff. But to eat it, you have to hit tab, pull the berries into your hand, and then left mouse click. And you eat a berry, your health goes up. Next, you're going to be wondering why you want to pick up leaves. Well, leaves and wood at the beginning is going to be turned into biomass and biofuel. So you're going to want to pick up quite a bit of leaves and wood. So yeah, we're just going to do that for a little bit while we're just kind of walking around. Next, you're going to want to scan for resources. We're going to be wanting to scan for iron, copper, and limestone. So if you hit V, you can scan for those three things. But firstly, iron. Ooh, that sweet noise of bing, bing, bing. So this looks to be the closest. Now here I'm pressing C. If you're going uphill, you don't slide. But if you are running and you hit C and you're going down or straight, then you slide. It goes a little bit faster when you slide and jump. Jumping is space. There you go. It gets a little boring. You want to jump around, and I already see an enemy. Now, most of these enemies, he sees me too. Uh-oh. I did not put my tool in my hand. So, let's get on to the next step. If you press tab again, you have the Xeno Zapper. You could put that in your hand as well. We have 2 hand slots, so we could stick food and the Xeno Zapper in it. Now, ow, that hurts. Alright, we're going to slide in, and we're going to try to kill this guy. He usually takes 4 hits. I like to jump over him, hit him twice, jump, jump, and sometimes if you jump, he doesn't hit you, so that works out well. And boom, he's dead. 4 hits, he's down. You pick up the carcass. You're going to need that. That's going to be important. So anyway, we did find the iron, and they are normal, like I said, and it looks like there's 1, 2, 3. Here's your iron. We're going to click E and be a caveman and start to mine by hand. Alright, we got some iron. So now we picked up all that. We are going to scan for limestone. That's going to be important too. We're going to need concrete. Over here, very close by, is a limestone node. So now this, you can either mine by hand, but this is not going to break away like that. But what we also have is portable miners. When we dismantled the pod, it gave us 4 portable miners. So you could put that in your hand and using the scroll wheel on your mouse, scroll to it, and then click the left mouse button when you point down and it drops it on there. You can see it's mining up limestone for us. So now we don't have to stand here and do it by hand. Next thing we're going to scan for is copper. There's one up there. Okay, this seems to be the closest. So let's go ahead and jump up here. Oh, sometimes the jumps are, uh-oh. Always look for a creature. Oh, I got hit. Creatures are always at these nodes. Damn, he's aggressive. But we did that without getting hurt. That's good. And we're going to do the same thing here. Let's go ahead and drop a portable miner here. And let's go back to our iron and drop one on there. That's going to be super important until we can get miners. Slide down the hill, jump. And let's head over to the iron. You're going to need probably way more iron than you will copper and limestone. But I noticed our concrete or limestone, where we're going to get concrete from, is impure. So that's going to mine so much slower. So you can actually place more than one miner on the nodes, which is super good. So let's pick up a couple of leaves and get to the next part. All right. So our iron is here, our limestone is there, and our copper is up there. What we're going to want to set down is the hub. So let's go ahead and set down. I'm going to say let's put it right in between the three. There we go. So on here we get a crafting bench, and you'll hear that noise. That is our spaceship landing. And I'll tell you what that's for in a moment. But he's going to just dock right there. And then when we hop up here and we go to the hub here, this will set our tiers. We have tiers we have to complete that we get base building, and we get stuff from it. So we send stuff away and they give us stuff in return. So then we'll be able to make foundations and walls. Here we got logistics. They'll give us splitters, mergers, and this is field research. We'll get the MAM, we'll get a scanner, we'll get some more inventory slots, a map. That's awesome. Over here, we got these, and yeah, we're gonna have to complete these to move forward and to get some great stuff. Also at the hub, we have the crafting bench where we will be crafting. So we'll get copper, we'll get the limestone, we'll get the iron, we'll pick them up, and we can handcraft by just pressing space once. That's all it takes. You can get up, walk away, get a drink, do whatever you need to do, and come back. But that's so easy. We're making the copper ingots, we can make iron plates, rods, screws, everything by hand. But who wants to do it by hand? Eventually, we're going to want to open up some automation. Anyway, also at the hub, we have a little bit of storage. And if we go inside, we can change our outfit, which is kind of cool. Give us a big head. Anyway, we also have a bathroom. Look at that. You can throw stuff in the toilet. Right now, we don't want to throw anything away. But, you know, you can also flush the toilet. There we go. And it makes quite a mess. So, now that we got our portable miners down, let's see what else we have in our queue menu. We have an equipment workshop. This is super important, and I'll show you why. I'm going to put one down. I'm going to go to it, and we can make more portable miners. Now, it'll tell you the recipe. It tells you iron plates and iron rods make a portable miner. So if we want to start putting down more portable miners, that's great. But we actually want to get more to getting miners that actually do the work that will go into smelters, because that's going to be very important. Let's go back into queue. So let's look in the production. Here's the miners. So here's a miner, and we're going to need a portable miner to put a miner down. So by simply picking up this miner right here, we'll pick up miner. We can actually go in, get a miner, and put it right down. Now, this is great, but this is going to take power. And by that, I mean we have 2 biomass burners right on the end here. If you click on them, they need fuel. You could put leaves in there, you could put wood in there, or you can come around the side here, hop up, get into your crafting bench, and you can make biomass. Biomass will last a lot longer than your wood or your leaves. Next, we can also make a smelter. So we need wire and rods. So you could see the out and the in. We're going to definitely want to make sure the out is where the miner is going in. It also should make little lines when it's lined up properly. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. It's tricky. It's kind of hard. There, I saw it. I saw it again. There we... Come on. Sleight of the hand. There we go. So now we also, let's get rid of that, have 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up. Now we can use these numbers to place stuff in them that we need. So if we hit Q and we see logistics, we already have a conveyor belt in number 3. If we go to organization, we don't have any storage in any of these numbers. So 5 through 0 are clear. So what we could do is hover over this and press number 5. And now in our hotbar, we have storage, which is super helpful. But we're going to press 3. We're going to connect this miner to this smelter. So now it's going to mine the ore, smelt the ore, and then we're going to need it to make something. So that's the next thing, constructor. So let's see if we can line this up. We can get some lines going here. This is not very efficient, but it's just to show you what we're going to be doing. All right. So now we got a miner to a smelter to a constructor. We're going to click on this, and we're going to want iron out of this because it's mining iron. Over here, we're going to look at what makes iron. These 3 things are made with iron. So now we can make iron plates. But, like I said before, we need power. So let's gather some more leaves. All right. Let's take those leaves, let's turn the leaves and the wood that we have into biomass, and set this up to automate some plates. That should do it. All right, let's go to the back of our machine here. We're going to click E here and throw in 200 biomass. And then over here, we're going to put in another 200 biomass. And now we're going to connect this to, well, let's put one there. We're going to put one here. All right, so let's connect that. Let's connect this, and let's connect this, and we'll connect the 2 together. So now this is mining ore. This is making iron ingots. And then the iron ingots will come into here, and this will make iron plates. So now we will never have to make by hand iron ore into iron ingots into iron plates. So now this is a step we don't need to do. So I think we're going to conclude today's episode here. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a like. At the very least, please give me a like. And if you really want to go a little further, you could subscribe and turn on notifications. And I'll come out with another episode real soon to help you get started and keep you going and just really enjoy this game because it is beautiful. Thanks for watching. Bye.